Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Models for Us, Modelers Mess Modelling Shenanigans, and a very big hand from down under.
Yeah, hello.
Morning, you two. Afternoon, you two.
G'day.
G'day.
Afternoon.
Right, how you both doing? All good?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cold
Cool.
here. Well, actually, no. It's the same temperature here as it was at home today. Like maximum of 12. Not used to this.
Cool. Right, as soon as we haven't seen him for a while, let's have a look what Mr. Marley's been up to.
All right, because I'm traveling, I bought a traveller model, like one that's not too large and not many pieces. So I picked the Avro 671 rotor from Mini Art,
nice.
35th scale, just because I can. So what I've done so far on that, I've built up the internal cage, I guess you'd call it. That's all ready to drop in. I think maybe if I paint the handle of a couple of the condition levers or whatever, maybe a touch of white or whatever. But apart from that, that's right to drop in. And I've gone for a pink on the inside of the, on the side of the airframe there, because I managed to get a couple of photos in Cosford of the inside of this thing, and that's exactly what I see in the photo. So, so once that drops in, it's all a bit, yeah, it'll look busy enough. So like that, but you won't see that much. You'll see pretty much, well, that, you know. But there you go. So that's what I'm doing. So what I'm doing now is putting on the inlet ring, the exhaust ring, and then building up the push rods on the engine. There's, being Mini Art, there's about 40,000 pieces. I've given up on the, you can see there's a row of little gaskets that go on the end of the inlet and exhaust
Oh, good Lord.
things. Yeah, I'm not putting them on because the first one dropped off, and so I'm going to be one short anyway. There's another 14 to go, so not doing any of those. Plus, they're on the back of the engine, so you won't see them. Although there's no real cowling over this, but you won't. Yeah, I'm just not doing it. And that's me. So I'll just go ahead and keep going with the the push rods and the rocker arms and all that gack for the engine.
Nice. I've got the German version of that.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I've got a sub to go with it, because it was mainly used on the German subs on the Type 9s.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching that with interest.
Yeah, Paul hates it. He hates anything I do that's not Tamiya. So he's vehemently opposed to this.
Cool, brilliant. Thank you very much, Mr. Marley.
All right.
Oh, before you go, would you like to tell us where you are and why you're in a different place? What's going on?
I'm in Melbourne. So I'm at Paul's place at the moment. I'm here. I've decided to come down for a week and a half. So Bron's decided to go to Iceland with her sister, and as a result, she said, "You should go on holidays too. Go and see your brother and family and parents and all that sort of stuff like that." So came down. It turned into a triple event. I said, "Well, if I come down for Model Expo, which is this following weekend," I rang Paul and he said, "Yeah, come on down." I was going to come down Wednesday today. And he said, "Come down a couple of days earlier because it's his son's engagement party." So we came down on the Thursday. So Bron and I came down together. Then we had a picnic in the park with family. So that on engagement on Saturday, park picnic on Sunday. I'm just basically marking time now till next weekend and just spending time with Paul and just, doing all that sort of stuff. And then heading home probably in a week's time. Well, if not Tuesday next week, then Wednesday. That's how much you see on the inside. It's dark, but it's just it'll be there. But I'm just in a different place, just marking time really. I did go to another hobby shop today down the other end of town and bought a new thing.
Uh-oh. Ooh, very nice.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
always liked the Super 7, so I thought I'd do one at some point. That's me.
Excellent. Thank you very much, John. And moving over to Mal. Morning, mate.
Morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. Been still working on the bungalow. Mrs. actually asked. We've got an appointment with an estate agent to come and value the place, which is a week today. So we're in the final throes of making sure everything's spotless and normal stuff, I guess. Otherwise, painted the white on the markings of the Lysander underwing.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah, looks a bit bright. I've not got the blind down on the window, so it's a bit. But yeah, so that's today. I'll replace the white masks if I can find them. Don't know where they are. They're somewhere around. And then paint the red checkerboards. First time I've done checkerboards, Polish checkerboards. So that'll be interesting. So that's coming on, and I've been doing a bit of packing up models, and mainly models that have been started. And I've found a few boxes with just full of sprues. Whereas I showed you the other day where I'd gone through the sprues, cut them down to a size and bagged them and labelled them. These were just like the whole sprues in the biggest boxes that I had. One of those boxes was just a sec, bear with me. For this.
Oh.
ooh.
That was a Gizzit.
Shinden?
And I received with it a jet engine. So that's, if you've seen it, my jet Shinden. That's because Zucamora asked me to do some masks for lightning flash markings, which I did, but then they didn't go with them. But anyway, I ended up with a kit and a jet engine. Or the ends of the jet engine. So so in the box were the sprues for the engine. The actual that aircraft only flew for a total of 45 minutes, but it was a massive 5-bladed prop that powered it from the rear end.
Mm-hmm.
So in this box was sprues for the engine. And I thought, I can't let them go without doing something with them. I could have just built the engine, but I haven't got the instructions, and it's massively complicated. Let me get another sprue to give you an idea.
Yeah, I've got a Zukimura.
Yeah, the engine, it's a massive engine. There's loads of pipes and bits and pieces. But anyway, of course, because I turned mine to a jet engine, it was a resin. It was not the engine itself, which was the same that powered the 262. It was just the arse end of it. So it replaced the arse end, and so I've added that to my Apocalypse tank.
Nice.
So because it fits, and I don't know what it's going to be, but I've just fitted the fan. Found the piece that the fan, because I ain't got the found the piece that the fan slides onto. I don't know how far it would go down there, probably to the bottom, but that will fit in there somehow. Maybe I may not have it. And the idea is that this contraption, if you remember, if you've been listening, the fuel tanks that are on the rear here and same here, actually not fuel tanks on this, but they are filled with the dregs of hobnobs dunked in teas and coffees. And the different types of hobnobs are taken. There's a chemical process, and that resultant liquid is put into these tanks, and those tanks power the various subsystems that detect those various hobnobs. So this piece of a kit on the back is going to feed from these 4 drums of hobnob juice. We did have a name for it. I forgot what it was. Somehow, and feed through to the other systems. I don't know, something along those lines. I've got to fair it in a bit here and here. I've also added these parts here, which are an exhaust from the F1 Hornet, and along with pieces from the Zucamora Shinden engine, which will go nicely into that rear piece, with a pipe coming off to these small tanks here, and I'll join those 2 separate different tanks and stuff. And there's a wooden box and they give you a load of clear plastic bottles, obviously vodka, to go in this box. But this box is going to contain rations, hobnob rations for the crew. So far, so that's coming on. I don't know. And that's about it at the moment. I've done not a lot else. I found I'm playing more with this because it's just making me smile.
They doing stuff like that.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen. It's all stupid, which is why it's good. Sounds good though, doesn't it?
Oh, that's awesome.
It's the whole point of doing it.
Sorry?
It's the whole point of doing it.
Absolutely. Particularly as I don't like armor. And I've been thinking about how I'm going to turn the barrels into the grab or whatever. So I think I've come up with a solution how that will work. I mean, it's just, and then I thought, oh, I wish I'd thought before. It should be a hover tank. and that'd save all the tracks and everything. What do you think of that? Hover tank?
Nice.
Do you think
Loving it.
hover tank?
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
Your adventure. Yeah. Whatever you can do to make it unique.
Yeah, I might do that. Yeah. Well, see. Well, it came to me, and I thought, well, that'd be brilliant because I wouldn't have to put the tracks on. After doing all the work on the wheels, so there's now the conflict of I've done all that work on the wheels. If you remember, I got rid of. They're around here somewhere. Unless I've lost them. No, they're there. Yeah, I did all that work on the wheels to get rid of the look of the Russian wheels and turn them more into international rescue style. Can I now lose all that effort and turn it into a hover tank? If I'm going to turn it into a hover tank, it has to literally hover. So that'd be magnets, which would be fun as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So, and of course, and now I'm thinking, there's I can't remember his name. I think he's a Spanish guy. He won twice in 2 years at Telford. The first one was for steampunk monobike.
Unicycle.
Unicycle, but it was a motorbike thing.
Right.
It were brilliant. I think he designed everything. He now actually there's a model you can buy of that. What I'm thinking of is his second winner, which was a Ferrari, not a hover tank, but not a hover vehicle, but like a maglev. He scratch built it, and it was a Ferrari, basically a levitating vehicle. It was just magnificent. It was about that big, and that's what's got me thinking now of if I can find a photograph of that, how he did that. Give me some ideas of what I can do with this. So, yeah, look, I'll try and find his name because that stuff that he does is just remarkable. But yeah, so anyway, I'm having fun. Getting a bit tidier. Notice the P47's not on the middle shelf there anymore. It's on the bottom shelf, so something's moved.
Something's moved.
Yeah, and there's no Beaufighter on there anymore. There's no Hurricane behind me anymore. All the kits that were in here, gone. Yeah, I've moved all sorts of stuff under there. Was 6 kits, all gone, all packed up. Right, so moving on. How about you, Steph?
Me, I is working on the old submarine. Where are we? Need to press that button. Press that button. And then press that button. There we go. So I'm starting to fix everything to the base. Yeah, everything's been done. Fix everything to the base. And then I'm going to be doing some weathering. No, I'm not. I'm going to do some deckling. And looking at it, it might actually be worth doing the weathering first, doing the deckling and the weathering first, so I can actually get into pieces. So yeah, I'm going to do some weathering before I fix the rest of the pieces on there, and then do some deckling. So yeah, that's what I is up to. So that's the booth with everything painted. So all the handles done.
Wow.
One end of it.
Cool.
That's the other end of it. And then there's just loads of odds and sods and bits and pieces, like that table's been done. So that'll have all the maps on and everything. So yeah, just pottering along, getting there slowly but surely.
Nice.
Oh dear.
Sorry, I don't have a look down camera at this location, but you'll forgive me.
That's all right.
Yeah, just give me a moment. Paul's walking. I need to go and talk to him for a sec.
Cool. I am now started watching DayZ stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I can see 50 quid going down the bloody drain.
Well, yeah, I don't fancy it. There's some just get on and do it. I don't fancy. I've done it on a live thing, but even with a group, it's unless you know what you're doing, it's a bit shit. But
Yeah.
I like just being on my own or with people I actually know.
Yeah.
And you can make your own game and do your own thing and still have you can have all the zombies or not have the zombies. You can increase the amount of loot or cars that you find, and but two of you is good. First of all, when you spawn, if you leave with your own server, you can eliminate all the spawn points and just have a few spawn points so you know where you're spawning.
Mhm.
Or if you leave the spawn points as they are, you've got to find out where you are.
Oh, right.
And then try and join up. So if two of you get on, in one owns a server, and it's set up for these zombies. But the worst thing for me is the contamination zones, because they really restrict movement. There's some I think there's 3 continuous ones where if you've got, if you get in there, you or anywhere near it, you've got to have complete NBC protection.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of random ones, and you can be in a village or a town, and it gets hit by a random strike, new NBC strike, and you've got no protection, and you're dead.
Yeah.
Which is a bit. So either you're running around in NBC gear all the time, or you have to put it on when you get near a town or village. That and you can know which ones are likely to get hit. So I just take that off. I just get rid of all the contaminated zones, and just do it with zombies, and just going through it and finding all the gear you need. So, but if you want to have a go, I've just lost my server. I gave it up. It gets a bit boring on your own.
Yeah.
But if you want to give it a go, I can buy another server. It's only £8. It used to be about £3.43. Now it's about £8 odd. Well, it is £8 odd. That's for a month.
I'd give it a go, but I do believe I'd be on a different server anyway.
Yeah, there's I don't. As long as your broadband is reasonably good, I don't think it'll matter too much.
Well, I can find out once I get home if you like.
Well, if you want to give it a go, I say John might come back on if he knows his others on there, but he doesn't have as much time these days. But I've done it with my other 3 brothers, and we have had a right laugh. You can make up games within the game. Like I did one with with Neil, and spawn in. You got to find a teddy bear. Because there's all sorts of stuff you could find. A teddy bear. Get to a certain point and place the teddy bear. There was certain village that had a tower. One of them, well, there's several of them. A water tower. He was first to place a teddy bear on top of the tower. Because if you're first, you could then either booby trap it, overwatch it, and the idea was to kill the other person. So if you got there first, you won, and the payoff was waiting for the other person to get there. We had it set up at one time where I arranged. So every time you spawned in, you were fully equipped, rations, water, ammunition, a weapon, and you had the magazines and filled and ammunition for that particular weapon. But there was 4 different weapons. So SMG, assault rifle, shotgun, and sniper rifle.
I want an LAR.
There is there's a load of different ones now. But I'd have to go back and rediscover how to, but you can set it up so you spawn in with weapons. But initially what you need to do is spawn in as is, and then go through the eek moments of trying to get gear and not die. It's bizarrely it's not fright, it's anxious. You get a bit anxious because your food level quickly starts to drop, and your water level. You can't, if you pick up a bottle of water, if you drink it, you'll get poisoned.
Right.
So you pick up a bottle of water, tip away the water, keep it with you, and get to you can fill it from water source, a lake, a stream.
Yeah.
But you need purification tablets, which you can find, or you can fill it from a water pump, which is fine. The water pumps, the water in there is, and you can just drink your fill from the water pump, fill your water bottle, and you're good.
Do you need the client?
Do you need what?
The client. So if you've got your server, do I need to go and buy the client? The
You'll
software?
need the game.
Right. Okay.
You just need the game, and I'll give you the login details for the server. So you just put those into the normal type thing, and you'll end up on my server. Every time I've paid for a server, though, initially for me to get on, it's taken me some backwards and forwards with the company to make it work. But I'm not gonna have any time, certainly this week, because I've got a house to wash.
I haven't even bought the game yet, mate. So
No, I know. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, if you want, if you really, I mean, buy the game and have a go. But so you can pick up what you can do quite easily. But when there's zombies running around, you can handle one. You can punch them out down without any melee weapons. But if you got two, you're dead. Even with a melee weapon, if one happens to see you and scream, you've got a bunch of them and you're dead. Unless you can get inside somewhere. But if you take on any, the chances are you'll get cut, get hurt. So you need to bandage your wounds. Which is fun in itself. But you can quite quickly get quite good gear, but you have to move inland, which is where all the wolves and the bears are.
Oh my!
Yeah. So if you haven't got if you've only got a melee weapon, you'll hear wolves. If you hear the wolves, they're after you. They know where you are. Same with a bear. Well, I've never come across a bear, but my younger brother Chris did when we were doing the spawning with gear, because we're in this small area, and we all heard him squealing like a girl. What the fuck is this? And luckily he had the assault rifle, and we just heard like automatic fire going off, magazine after magazine. And when he was able, we said, "What the friggin' hell were you doing?" She said, "I got attacked by a bear." So yeah.
well, at least you
And he
weren't on the
survived.
Iceland map.
Sorry.
At least you weren't on the Iceland map.
No,
I've got Yetis.
Yeah, I've not got that one. I've got the Livonia.
Yeah.
And I've got the two base ones really. So of course you've got to have the same map, or maps. But it's, if you decide to get it, you just get on and see how you get on.
Yeah.
Basically, what you get on and you go around every building you'll be in the middle. You won't know where you are, so you make a decision. Go down the road or up the road, and see what you can find, looking for buildings and stuff, and just go through them. And I think now the amount, the loot you get is pretty raggedy. But,
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
that'll be Paul.
That would be Paul.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, no, that's fine.
I'm sorry?
He said hello.
Oh, hello. How are you? Sir?
oh,
So that we're here.
Oh yeah, so far so good. So I'm not putting these gaskets on. I dropped one. You wouldn't see them. It's on the back of the engine anyway.
From the back, yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Very nice. New stash position. Oh, you bought a Tamiya kit.
I bought a Tamiya kit.
Wow. What time you did? Where did you get that?
Pakenham. I drove to Pakenham and back
Oh.
to get a Lotus Super 7. $39. Bloody cheap. I like it that. I can make any number I like.
Pretty cool, huh?
They're still making Caterham making different company under license.
Which group is it tonight?
So this is Models for Heroes. We've got no viewers again. Is that right, Steph?
Yep, as per usual.
Yeah.
We probably end up getting about 20, 30 views a week. People come on later on and watch.
Oh, okay, that's all right. So yeah, Paul, you said where'd you get it? I said Pakenham. Now, Pakenham's about an hour and a half away. Would you say? Because you get to Downham and it's still another 30 k's.
Probably an hour and 20.
Yeah, it's a bloody long way. But I spent honestly an hour on the exit lane of the freeway because of road work going on. So I'm just, it was pathetic, really.
Was it a private sale or was it a shop?
Oh, a shop. I think the business card is somewhere. They won't be there on the weekend. Anyway, so the next step is push-ons.
Right here.
Which, I don't know, I'll have to paint this first. It's going to be a bit of zhuzhing because the... Oh.
What? Where were they?
Jenna sent them in the mail on Monday. They arrived today.
I sent a key from Perth to Melbourne by express post, and we got it 42 days later. So the fact that this has turned up is amazing.
It looks the same as that, doesn't it?
Two nice instructions too. I've never seen a model art model.
Mini art.
Mini, okay, same shit.
Yeah, so yeah, choice of four. Choice of yellow or silver. So I think I'll do a mix of that and that.
Okay. It's like, yes, what's it? Yeah.
He hates it. He hates it, folks.
We'll do the hideous one, the hideous one, the hideous one. God damn it! Somebody decided to make that ill. Anyway, gentlemen, I'll be rude and dispatch myself. Farewell. I don't mean chop myself. See you later.
Right, you take care. Are you back with us on Sunday, or are you at the model show?
Well, it's PM, so model show will be over. I should be back. There are no other plans.
Cool.
But, yeah, I can't guarantee, but I'm not driving anywhere or whatnot. Yeah, should be all right.
Nice. Cool. We will see you Sunday then.
Hopefully, yeah. If not, I'll let you guys know. But no, as I said, there are no plans. But I've got no particular place to be. So sure. Oh, here we go. So Dave Goldfinch, who's the main guy from the On the Bench podcast,
The
he's going to
Podfather.
meet us at the Podfather. He's going to meet us at the model show. And,
Oh, nice.
introduce us to some people. I think Scott Taylor from
Cool.
SMS is going to be there, so be sure to hopefully get some photos and stuff and spread them around. Oh, here we go. So these are the photos of this thing that I took at Duxford. KYK. It's probably hard to see, but you can, it's an Avro. Well, it's a it's Sierra C30 built under license. But I got one of the docents there to take some photos because it was behind a barrier in the cockpit, and so that's it there. As you can see, yeah, that's probably not the best photo, but you can see the pink inside of the linen there, and that's a reason why I've gone for that. And it's a pretty good color match, really, I think. So that'll
Looks
do.
good from here.
Yeah. What pink did you use, or did you mix it?
Old Rose.
Oh.
Yeah, model color Old Rose, which the reason I bought it is that's like a coral color that I've painted an Edsel car in. And it just seems to be the right color for this. Cool. Let's try that again. I got my daughter to. I'd left these instructions at home. So what I had done when I decided to bring this kit down is open up, look at the paint list, pick out certain paints, put them in the box, bring them down. But I'd left this on the bench at home. So I got my daughter to throw them in an envelope and send them to me, along with the M4H Volunteer badge that Malcolm had sent me. It should be okay to walk around the show with that on, would you say?
Are you a volunteer?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Of course it is.
I won't be gathering funds, I don't believe. Certainly, if I did, I'd send them your way instead of keep them, but I don't believe I'm going to be doing that role. So I'll just say that right now.
That'll be all right. You'll be advertising it.
Yeah, I'll be advertising it.
Cool.
But that is all. Alrighty. a sec. I'll just grab something.
What made you start looking at days stuff?
I just heard a lot about it, and I just thought, oh, I'll have a butcher's of this, see what it's like. And it looked really good. Looks like a bit of fun. But then I saw the price of the client, and I'm like, no, you're right.
Yes. When I first got it, it was got it cheap. I got it. It was that on Steam.
Yeah.
I think when I got it, it was about 23 quid or something. I've got it on Xbox as well,
Cool.
but it's very much more difficult to alter the server on
Yeah.
Xbox, whereas on PC it's basically it's code. It's if you understand coding a little bit, you don't have to be any expert in it, because I'm certainly not. Just have an idea of how it might work, and you can suss it out. Which is what I did, and looked online on through Google, and you can find out exactly how to do stuff. And once doing it is not difficult, it's having the balls to go, all right, I've changed that. As long as you can back everything up and save it, though, there's no big drama in it.
I've got to take this to the wife. Hello, lovely. Yeah, fine. What's up? Yes. 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 No. Of course you're right. Sorry about that.
All
It's
good.
all right.
The wife decided to call. And when Swimbo calls, you have to respond.
This is true.
Well, that's the hour, gents. I'm going to have to go.
Say again.
That's the hour up. I'm going to have to go. I'm sorry.
Oh, crumbs, so it is. Right then. Let's have a look what you got done then, Mr. Marley.
All right. So the engine is now together. Got the inlet and exhaust rings on, and photo etch on the front there, which will be painted black. And I've managed to get the two halves of the fuselage together and work on the nose. Got the last bit to go underneath now, and that'll be that done. So
Nice.
continue with the engine, and then all that remains is the rotor with a quick build.
Cool.
That fits. Hooray!
That's one
I'm
thing I
enjoying it.
never thought I'd hear say. Somebody building
What's
a
that?
mini art kit saying, that's a quick build.
Yeah, I did the Triebflügel, which is the three rotor spinny sort of thing, and there's not many parts in that either. As I said, like I didn't bother doing the exhaust gaskets, but the rest of it, yeah, it's not that complicated. Yeah, it's nice. The plastic's nice. It goes together well. Mikey and I will be building a omnibus fairly soon, so that'll be a different story. There's lots of pieces in that.
What was that?
An omnibus, the LGOC.
Who's
Mikey
building
and
that? All right, cool. Well, if I may say, building that, good luck.
I. Yeah, should be fine. Looks interesting.
Cool. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Marley. And Mal, what have you been up to?
I've been replacing the white masks on the Lysander. Seen it.
Cool.
Bottom wing.
Oh,
It's just red next to be painted. More interestingly, the checkerboard by you somewhere. Just it. You just that's all right. And I've replaced the white mass on the fin, and I've just got two more masks for the checkerboard on the port side to fit in. And then that's good for paint, red paint. Which should be done this afternoon or
nice.
sometime later. Then it's the blue and then the yellow. So, and the black for the cereal. So might even do the black for the cereal this afternoon because that's masked up, ready to go. Yeah, so that's me. What about you, Steph?
Me, I'm playing silly sods with the submarine. I have got. That's the panel line now. So that's how it looks. Well, this is the differences.
Uh-huh.
So that's with the panel line, and that one's without. So you pick up everything so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, doing all the bits and pieces. So things like that box. Where is it? There you go. This has come out so well.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah. So once I've got the weathering done and the panel lining done and the decals done, I can glue it all together. And that will be part number 3. That'll be model number 3 done. So gents, if you'd like to say your butty ties.
Goodbye.
Hooray.
Right. Stay safe, keep modelling, and we shall see you on Sunday. So have fun, behave. Bye.